There are many inspiring stories about people who overcame adversity to become great leaders and innovators in their fields. But the story of James Hunter is truly exceptional. The son of a cleaner and an unknown father, James grew up in a low-income area in a small town in the southern United States. He faced numerous challenges along the way, but with determination, hard work, and a curious mind, he managed to overcome the odds and become one of the most respected doctors in the country. From an early age, James knew he wanted to make a difference in people's lives. His mother worked long hours as a cleaner in a local school, and he often accompanied her to work. While she cleaned the classrooms, James took the opportunity to scour the library shelves and devour every book he could find. He was particularly interested in science and medicine books, and dreamed of becoming a doctor someday. But life in a small southern town was not easy for a low-income family. James often missed school to help his mother pay the bills, and often felt discouraged and helpless. However, he never lost his passion for learning and discovery. When he turned 18, James decided it was time to pursue his dream of becoming a doctor. He worked in temporary jobs to save money, and then enrolled in a pre-med program at a local community college. Although he was an exceptionally talented student, James had to overcome many obstacles along the way. For starters, he did not have access to the resources that many of his wealthier peers possessed. He could not afford private lessons or tutors, and often did not have the books or equipment necessary for his classes. But James did not let this intimidate him. He was a tireless self-learner, and often spent hours in the college library studying alone and absorbing as much knowledge as possible. In addition, James also had to overcome many social and cultural barriers. As a black man in a predominantly white area, he often felt excluded and discriminated against. He had to deal with racist comments and behaviors from other students and teachers, but he never let these things distract him from his goal. Still, James thrived in college. He excelled in his science and math classes, and soon caught the attention of a notable biology professor, Dr. William Peters. Dr. Peters was a renowned immunologist who had worked in some of the country's leading research laboratories. He was impressed with James's enthusiasm and intelligence, and decided to become his mentor. With Dr. Peters's support, James began working in an immunology research laboratory. He spent countless hours studying cells and molecules, and learned to conduct complex experiments with precision and care. He worked closely with Dr. Peters, contributing to some of the most innovative immunology research projects of the time. During his time in the lab, James developed a passion for medical research. He was fascinated by the way the body's immune system can fight diseases and infections, and began to wonder how he could apply his knowledge to help people live healthier lives. After completing his bachelor's degree in pre-med, James was accepted into Harvard Medical School. He knew it was a great achievement, especially for someone from humble origins. But he also knew the challenge was just beginning. Harvard Medical School was notoriously rigorous and demanding. The courses were intense and comprehensive, and the exams were extremely difficult. James often spent sleepless nights studying until the wee hours of the morning. He couldn't afford a room in the student residence, so he slept on an inflatable mattress on the floor of the lab where he worked. But despite the difficulties, James thrived in medical school. He excelled in his classes, and his professors soon noticed that he had a natural talent for medicine. He conducted some of the most important research in his class and was invited to work on some of the most advanced research projects in immunology and genetics. After graduating with honors, James began his residency at one of the most prestigious hospitals in the country. He spent long hours working with critically ill patients and learned to deal with a wide range of medical conditions and diseases. He dedicated himself to his medical practice with passion and compassion, and soon became known as one of the most respected and experienced doctors in his institution. But James wasn't satisfied with just being a good doctor. He wanted to do more, help more people, and make a real difference in the fight against diseases. So, he decided to turn his attention to medical research. James joined a team of researchers working on a new immunotherapy therapy that had the potential to treat advanced cancers. He spent years studying the molecular mechanisms that drove the therapy and worked with his colleagues to develop a new approach that could help treat some of the most difficult-to-treat cancers. After many years of research and clinical trials, the immunotherapy therapy that James helped develop was finally approved by the FDA and began to be used in cancer patients across the country. The therapy had incredible results, helping to cure many cancer patients who were previously considered incurable. James received numerous awards and recognitions for his contribution to medical research and medicine in general. Throughout the years, James never forgot his humble roots and his mother's struggle as a janitor to support the family. He always remembered where he came from and how difficult it was to get to where he was. As a result, he became an active advocate for equal opportunities in education and medicine. He founded a non-profit organization that offered scholarships and mentoring programs for young people from underprivileged communities who wanted to pursue a career in medicine. He became a mentor to many young doctors and researchers starting out, offering his experience and wisdom to help them achieve their goals. James's story inspired many people across the country, especially those who come from humble backgrounds and struggle to overcome challenges. His story showed that with dedication, hard work, and equal opportunities, anyone can achieve their dreams, regardless of their background or circumstances. James lived a long and productive life dedicated to medicine and medical research. He retired in his 80s but continued to work as a consultant for medical organizations and research institutions. He never lost his passion for medicine and science, and always encouraged others to follow their dreams and pursue their goals. His mother, who had worked so hard to support him and had believed in him all along, was incredibly proud of all of her son's achievements. She knew he had overcome many obstacles along the way, but never stopped believing in him and what he was capable of achieving. In the end, James's story was a testament to how determination, hard work, and the support of others can take someone from humble beginnings to achieve great things in life. He left a lasting legacy in medicine and medical research, and continued to inspire others to follow their dreams and pursue their goals.